is a great pleasure to meet you here in the hall of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs today as Kathmandu enjoy the return of clear skies and pleasant weather. I have had the opportunity to meet many of you in different settings before, but this is the first time we are meeting together in this collective format. We meet at a moment of profound political change in Nepal following the unprecedented Generation Gen Z movement last month. The Gen Z movement emerged as a powerful reminder of our collective responsibility to listen, respond, reform, and deliver. It also reflects people's profound aspiration for good governance, economic opportunity, and integrity in public life. While our achievements since the adoption of the new constitution are modest, this moment has warned us that there is no room for complacency. We must rededicate ourselves to deliver to our people for their legitimate aspiration. Since the formation of this government, just last month, we have uncovered not only the massive challenge of corruption and misrule in our system, but also the immense potential for reform. This is indeed the moment to rebuild trust, strengthen institutions, and steer governance toward greater transparency and better public service. The moment was driven by the demand for transparency and accountability. It ended with the dissolution of the government and resulted in the huge loss of lives, injuries, and damage to both public and private property. Following the resignation of the former Prime Minister and the resolution of the House of Representatives, a new interim government was formed under my leadership on 12 September 2025. The revolution came with a force and a spontaneity that took many by surprise when I was called upon to lead in those uncertain times. It was not a position I sought but a responsibility I accepted with a deep sense of duty to my country. This non-political transitional government has one sole and non-negotiable mandate to hold free, fair, and impartial general election to the House of Representatives on March 5, 2026. We are committed to a maximum 6-month term, after which we will peacefully hand over power to democratically elected government. Excellencies, we are not here to pursue a political agenda, but to pave the way for a new legitimate one. Our priority is internal stability, and we will serve as a neutral buffer that guarantees a predictable and secure environment for the democratic process. Multi-party democracy is the cornerstone of our political system. Adherence to democratic norms and values is the only viable path forward. The government is fully engaged in all preparatory works. Our entire focus and the state's resources are being directed toward creating the necessary conditions, security, legal frameworks, and logistical preparation for a credible election. We are empowering the Election Commission, improving security, and holding dialogue with all political parties and stakeholders, including the Gen Z representatives. We are also exploring the possibility of an external voting system to progressively realize the principle of universal suffrage for Nepali national temporarily living in abroad. As in previous election, international observation will continue to play an important role in upholding the transparency and credibility of this historical democratic exercise. We deeply appreciate your continued goodwill and support in this journey. I personally place my great hope in Generation G, whose energy and political awareness have brought a new scenario to our political landscape. I urge them to engage constructively in the democratic process as the for future of Nepal truly rests in their hand. We also expect political parties to constructively engage with this new generation. Excellencies, my government embodies the people's overwhelming demand for integrity and the rule of law. We are determined to set the highest possible benchmark in governance performance, aiming to demonstrate that the government can indeed deliver efficiently, transparently, and responsibly. We are taking immediate steps to ensure accountability for the past and present. We have continued our Judicial Inquiry Commission with a clear mandate to ascertain facts and examine underlying cause of the recent violence. Furthermore, we are taking immediate steps to launch credible impartial investigation into allegation of high-profile corruption, demonstrating that no one is above the law. We have given new energy to Hello Sarkar, a public complaint system to improve service delivery and responsiveness. We have revised the national budget to promote transparency and close avenue for misuse of public fund and have opened file to prosecute entrance corruption. We have carried out a series of policy reform to boost the private sector, recognizing it as a key engine of economic growth and job creation. These steps are just the beginning. Economic and political reforms are not just the demand of Gen Z but the aspiration of every Nepali citizen. Excellency, our foreign policy continues to be guided by the Charter of United Nations non-alignment principle of Panchashil, international law and norms of the world peace. We are proud to be the largest true contributing country for the UN package peacekeeping operation of modest but meaningful contribution to global peace. While focusing on the election, we must also manage the immediate post-crisis economic recovery. We appreciate international support to restore business confidence and to address the consequence of the infrastructure damage and ensure the basic functioning of the essential public service until the new government takes office. The reconstruction and rehabilitation of infrastructure damage during the movement are urgent. We have established a physical infrastructure reconstruction fund. Furthermore, devastating monsoon floods and landslide this month show Nepal's growing vulnerability to climate change. We certainly appreciate support from our development partner in this area. In many places, the people themselves have come forward to help repair the damaged police post. We are also urgently retrieving arms and equipment lost or stolen during the revolution. The recent unrest and subsequent global attention have created immediate economic pressure, particularly impacting vital remittance flows due to tightened visa regulation in some destination countries. We look forward to continue diplomatic engagement to face it and to enhance labor diplomacy to protect the livelihood of our migrant workers and ensure the stability of Nepal economy. Nepal stands at a critical juncture as we prepare to graduate from the LDC status next year. The reversible and sustainable. The situation in Nepal is gradually returning to normalcy and a testament to the resilience of our people. We would greatly appreciate your support in sharing this positive message with the wider international community. Excellency, we deeply appreciate the understanding, cooperation and friendship that your governments and missions have consistently extended toward the Nepal and Nepali people. I wish each of you and your families peace, good health and happiness during our ongoing festival season. Thank you.